From Hanoi, we travel east to Halong Bay. Oh, it's been on my bucket list to walk through a rice paddy. But it's very tricky getting out of them. In my defense, the bank was very crumbly. En route, we visited the Hong Kong Humanities Centre, a handicraft outlet developed to provide support to local communities, in particular those with disabilities. Beautiful work. Can you believe? Then we came across this veggie and herb farm and watched the locals at work. And I gave them a bit of a hand. We arrived at the port a bit late, much to the annoyance of those waiting. And caught the ferry out to our cruise liner. No, not that one, this one. We set off into the bay. Halong means descending dragon. The story goes that way back, to help the Vietnamese fight off invaders, the gods sent a family of dragons to help out. They lived in the bay amongst the monolithic limestone casts, several of which are hollow, resulting in enormous caves. It seems that there are certain spots that the boats gather every now and then, which made it a bit touristy. A community of around 1,600 people live on Halong Bay in 4 fishing villages. Encouraged by the government to fish these waters, they do so with nets as well as fish farms. They live in rather drably painted floating houses and are sustained through fishing and marine aquaculture. There are 3 other such floating villages scattered throughout Halong Bay, some quite large. Collectively, these fishermen supply seafood to all of Vietnam, particularly Hanoi. In addition, they are developing markets for farm-raised seagrasses, seaweed and shrimp. It's early morning, and with the grey clouds low overhead, there's a mysteriously quiet, almost surreal atmosphere. As it grew lighter, the mood changed a little, but still very beautiful. And what a setting to do a little Tai Chi. I must admit some of these boats put our little tub to shame. But it was clean and very comfortable. Now we're off to do a little kayaking on a separate part of the bay. Local supermarket, And yes, that's me, can you believe? Watch this intricate maneuver. I think I actually look like a seasoned campaigner. First I go shopping and then off to explore the area. Next, they took us to one of the smaller caves. Which led us through the rock to a small lake in its center. Then we head back to the mothership as night falls. The next morning, they take us to the Sang Sot Grotto. It's quite a climb to the entrance, but great views. The cave has 2 huge chambers, and the lighting on the walls and ceilings make for spectacular viewing. It's one of the finest grottos of Halong Bay. From Ho Chi Minh City, right in the south of Vietnam, we had flown way north to the capital, Hanoi, and then driven out to Halong Bay. We were now driving back into Hanoi for the last leg of our journey. Our hotel was situated in the old quarter. That's it there with the white front. The TV was full of the anniversary celebrations in Ho Chi Minh City. That evening, we ventured out into the old quarter. The streets were packed with scooters, bicycles, and cars swarming around pedestrians like a school of fish. We're walking across this intersection. Clean-up time. I went for a walk early next morning to watch the people preparing for the day. The old quarter is actually considered the city's business hub. The preserved shop houses that lie along these roads were built a little over a century ago and were constructed in their long, narrow style to avoid being hit by high taxes. There's a vibrant street culture where daily activities such as haircutting and food stalls take place on these cramped sidewalks. Yeah. Damn tourists blocking up the roads. Nothing like weeing into the gutter. Very pretty around Hon Kim Lake. The Water Puppet Theatre. See my separate video. Here we go again.
Keep moving now.
Okay. We're crossing the road again. Oh my God. It works like a charm. Remember the coffee club, Peter? Okay, Peter. this is your intersection. I have just walked across here, boy. Unreal how the traffic just flows in all directions. We drove briefly through the newer parts of the city, the International Conference Centre, and the Opera House, before visiting the Dong Sam Market. It's the largest covered market in Hanoi, where wholesale traders sell everything from clothes, household goods to foodstuffs. Not really for tourists, but interesting enough. Is fruit or food?
Food.
Food. Bamboo shoot,
Yeah. Fungus.
fungus, mushroom, I would
Yeah.
presume.
Most Vietnamese old people, men, they use it.
Dried shrimp. They always have these strange creatures that they're carving up. It's no wonder they're all so thin. Would you eat if this is all you had to eat? Then our guide took us down this little side alley to have iced tea. Iced tea.
Yes.
Sao không đi du lịch vào mùa đông ấy?
A huge chunk of ice goes into the tea.
Why don't have spend holiday?
I'm worried about this. Where did they get the water from to make the ice? I ask myself.
Ice tea. Wow, it's good. How about it? It's good. And you?
It's good.
It's good. Yes.
Then round the corner, down another little alley for lunch. Over there. Oh my word. I must tell you that this was a really fantastic and tasty experience.
The shrimp cake, you see the
Sitting
shrimp?
in a little back alley, bikes going past a foot away, having lunch in Vietnam.
Rice powder and they fry.
Then it was on to pay a visit to some Chinese shops, selling very colourful merchandise. One of the problems is the chairs are about 1 foot high. Raw pork fermented and then fried. Right? So I got beer. And this is a chili sauce that we dip it in. A brief walk around the War Museum. And a last look at the fascinating streets of the old quarter.